these are things that I learned being someone who didn't experience major success yet while dealing with my personal life. And when I say flopped, I mean I've been doing all of this myself and I never had a big funding. I don't have contacts in the industry. So it's really hard to, reach big when I didn't have the luck of the algorithm. There are challenges that can also be seen as insecurities, like being Brazilian, coming to the US, kind of invading the music market, which is very competitive. And then after that comes living in Chicago, which is a big rap and R&B city, and I make alternative pop music. It makes me feel very lonely. And being gay. So that one can be very difficult sometimes. So these are things that I learned being someone who didn't experience major success yet while dealing with my personal life. Some artists, sometimes their numbers aren't even that big. And I noticed that they get added to a bunch of Spotify and Apple Music playlists. And I'm like, how do they do that? And I always felt frustrated because I thought it was, a matter of effort and how they manage their engagement online. And it's actually not. Most of the times about the people it's a hard truth, and I feel like it fits to every single industry that exists. Everyone experiences that at some point. That kind of gave me a sense of relief because since I let that go, I was like, it's not because of effort. And the industry is most likely never going to change in some aspects. So that was one of them. The second one, it's the break room theory. The break room theory is, so most of the time during lunch break in school, the kids sit together and they share whatever they see online. And they share with each other music, videos, trends, whatever. If a song meets the criteria of the break room theory, it means that it's going to please the teenage and young public who are always meeting their friends every single day in school, and they're going to it's almost guaranteed that they're going to share whatever they think it's cool online. And to meet that criteria, it has to be a fast-paced song or even pitched up, because all of the kids right now have short attention span. It's crazy. All of us, actually. My attention span is pathetic, honestly. It has to be a rap or a drill song. It has to be overly sexual. Did you think of anyone? Because I did. I don't make that kind of music. Sometimes I associate flop. When you don't attract that public, it's really difficult to actually, have a hit song. So the third one is patience and perspective. Artists who blow up on TikTok are kind of fascinating to me. There was a time that I was posting 5 times a day, doing the most ridiculous stuff to promote a song, and it barely got any numbers. Crazy. It was a crazy time, and it was driving myself insane because I wasn't seeing the numbers, and it's really frustrating when it's all my responsibility. If you have a hit song, the success is your credit, and when it's a flop, then that's also your fault. So that's how I was feeling at the time. But then again, this changed, and the same speed that they would show up and have a hit song, they would disappear, and then someone else would show up, another song, another hit. I was like, why am I gonna stress myself to get a hit song if it could just be gone like that? That's the new one-hit wonder. So another thing that I learned is staying in my lane and taking care of myself, and taking the time that I need, being patient, having perspective of what I want to happen. It's always the best choice. For example, I like to see that as a stretch mark. Another crazy theory that I made up. So a stretch mark theory. Let's say that 2 people are going to the gym. One of them is taking steroids. They spend hours at the gym. They're hurting themselves. They're, going really crazy at the gym, and for a really short period of time. They're doing the best they can to get really big. And then another person is moving slowly. They are going to the gym, but they do that for longer. And they have healthy habits. They sleep early. They, don't drink. They have a slow pace of living, right? So the first person who was, going crazy has a bunch of stretch marks, a bunch of pain scars. They look tired. They look exhausted all the time. And the second person is completely fine. They kept their mental sanity. Their skin looks beautiful. They don't look tired, and they look healthy. And they got their shape they wanted. So, no one's saying bye. Oh my goodness. Look, look, look. I want to say bye. So that's why I think staying in my lane and taking my time is so important, because I feel like at some point, if the success has to come, it's gonna come. Yeah. So I might have to move now because the boat is extremely loud. It looks like I'm on the same spot, right? No, I was right here. Behind that line. Can you see the line? They're gonna get on those tour boats. So, since I'm independent, I obviously can do whatever I want. And that's very liberating and it's really fun. So right now I'm doing this Ocean Core and Nautica rebranding. That's one of the reasons why I'm here on the Chicago River, because it feels very natural and it's really fun. And it's something that I've always admired since I was very young. I always loved the sea, so it's very natural for me, and it's something that I don't see often. It's something that I don't see men doing often, which is very exciting to me. Most of the times on Pinterest, like the places that I find my inspiration, it's mostly women. It's been really fun and exciting. Before, I was trying to do a dark pop aesthetic to please an American public, because since I'm from somewhere else, I was trying things that I thought that people in the US would like, but that didn't really work because I feel like I wasn't being true to myself. I thought it was convenient for the music that I was releasing. So right now I changed. I feel like it's more true to where I'm at. So this is what I learned. It's that being true to my vision and building my voice, building my Bonatto personality, it's very inspiring. Like, I write so many songs referencing the ocean and the sea and water, so it's really cool to build this world around the music. So 5, I also learned what kind of artist I am. I recently started to pour all I have into music. Started in 2019. Before that, I was very unsure of how to explore my creativity. Didn't have access to a good computer for music production, but I would always train my graphic design and photography and film editing skills. And music was always the fuel to my inspiration every single time. So when I got here and I started making music, I realized that to reach more people, I need to start performing. And I have terrible stage fright because it's not so natural to me, because it's not something that I've exercised during my childhood. So the imposter syndrome is insane. You know, I feel like I'm faking all the time, and I learned that I simply enjoy to finish the project. I simply enjoyed making the music and the sound and exploring the sound and brainstorming the visuals and filming the visuals, shooting the visuals, editing the visuals. You know, planning all of that, it's more fulfilling to me to have the actual project done, release that and show that to people. So I think it's more satisfying to me than actually perform. But I'm pretty sure that will change one day. I heard this a few times, like you need to perform 100 times to actually get good at it. So I have definitely not performed 100 times. Maybe that's why I don't like it so much, because when I do, people like it. They compliment the way I sing. So it's not like I'm bad at it. It's the fact that I don't really practice too much. It makes me feel insecure and maybe deliver a bad performance. And I see that a lot of people online, on Twitter, they criticize artists who are not as good as Beyonce live. When I get to the point that a lot of people are seeing me perform, it's gonna be tragic because they criticize every single person that gets on stage, and it's not gonna be different. So I'm fully aware that I need to practice. Baby steps. I'll get there. 6, telling a story. I feel like I didn't tell my story correctly from the beginning. Like Justin Bieber being a street performer since he was like 13 years old. Tate McRae and Addison Rae, who were dancers and now are pop stars. And now that I established what I want to say, it's easier for me to be creative with that, be playful with that. And it's something that I learned not experiencing, you know, a lot of reception for the old me, the things that I didn't do organically. So that's definitely one of the best things that I've learned. Growing up in Brazil and moving to Chicago made me realize I have this tropical essence that I'm loving to explore. This was today's video. Look how beautiful this city is. Do you think I'm a flop? Let me know in the comments. Bye.